Hey friends, today I'm joined with the lovely Fiora Anicca all the way from Leeds. Fiora has just brought out her new single and we're joined here today for an interview.
Hello, everyone.
So your journey in music has captured the attention of a lot of people. How did it all start for you?
I think I started to sing before I actually started to talk. Yes, music was always a big part of my life, and I used to sing for hours as a child. And I don't know where it came from actually, because none of my family has a musical background. Like, yeah, I was an odd kid. But yeah, it was sort of healing and therapeutic process for me, definitely. Yeah, I used to feel a big relief during singing, and I decided, I actually thought this is unusual, and I really have to act on it. This is with me for a reason.
Yeah,
And
you
I
found your
believe,
gift.
yeah, I believe that everything happens for a reason. So I was like constantly singing, and I couldn't stop. Must be something behind it, right?
How old were you when you started to sing?
Yeah, I started to sing before I started to talk. Really, yeah, I was told that by my mom. But I'm sort of first songs like 5 year old. I used to have like a one string guitar.
Very good,
And I
yes.
used to like compose songs about my brother's birthday party and about friends coming around and things like that. Yeah.
When you started music and you found that this was like therapy for you, what age were you when you started to write your own music and obviously you realized then that you had a natural gift for it?
Yeah, the first songs were like really, really simple songs, right? Like about my brother birthday party. I remember that song actually. The serious stuff started in my 20s, so way later, just because I went into classical music path to start with. Yeah, I studied opera in Poland just because we didn't have much of a pop scene. So yeah, and the classical music is all about singing somebody else's pieces, right? So I didn't do much songwriting during my studies in Poland, but as soon as I moved to United Kingdom, to Leeds, and I started to study at Leeds Conservatoire, I started to collaborate with people.
And what sparks your creativity?
I'm very passionate about working with people, about inspiring people. And recently, I became a Fiora Anicca. I used to create as Kinga K. And the reason behind it is because I went through my spiritual awakening, and I decided I really would like to get my music to the deeper levels, to write a little bit more about my life story, what I went through, and how I actually came to conclusion that every event in my life has led me to where I am now, and how grateful I am for everything that has happened, even though it might didn't look like it served me at the time.
Would you say that this is the deeper meaning behind your music, this new name and everything with your music now? Would you say that this new persona, I suppose, for want of a better word, is what's creating the music?
Yes, it's Fiora. Yeah, it's sorry, I don't understand the question.
Um, so basically, the purpose behind your music, it's changed. You've changed your name, and do you feel now that the music is more, I suppose, you're more spiritually connected to it? Do you feel that this is where it's all coming from?
Yes, because I feel like I've been locked into negative mindset for a long time in my life. I've had a pretty tough childhood and early adulthood. I went through some challenging life situations, and then I couldn't see the way out of it. It was difficult, and then I've decided I would like to improve my life at some point, and I started to study human mind, how it works. I I sort of knew deep down that there must be way out of that sort of reality which I was in. And I started to meditate. I started to doing healing therapies, and then I realized that all it was my limiting mindset there, which wasn't my fault. It was the environment I grew up in. It was what my parents taught me, what my schoolmates has taught me, how I was raised made me the way how I thought, and what situation I've attracted into my life. So I came through a spiritual awakening last year, and that influenced my decision on becoming Fiora Anicca, a flower of change. So I've changed my life upside down, I would say, for more aligned, happy place.
I think music is obviously escapism for you. Where did you find this spiritual awakening? What did you go through to find that?
As I said, I started to work on myself, reading a lot, meditating, and I noticed the changes it gave me. I also went to a few retreats, one in particular in Tenerife, when I got really good insights and inspiration behind it. So yeah, I've changed my way of thinking, and the way I started to feel has changed, and I thought I would like to share it with people, because there is many other people who sort of don't know that there is something else.
More out there.
There's more out there, and you don't have to be a prisoner of your own mind. Yes.
That's very true, and it's very inspiring, and thank you so much for sharing. Have you collaborated with anybody in the past in the music industry? And going forward, is there anyone that you're going to be collaborating with?
Yeah, in particular, I collaborate with my producer Frankie Harper, and he has been amazing. We wrote so many songs together, and the way how we write is also very aligned, because we have similar mindset as well. So the sort of way we work on songs is I just come to the studio and I say I have this idea, or I had that dream, Frankie, or sometimes at 5 a.m. in the morning I wake up with melody in my head. And I just record it quickly on my phone to bring it to the studio, and like we explore that theme a little bit more, and then we write a top line, and we write lyrics, and it sort of flows. So Frankie is a big help into Fiora.
Does it take long to, I suppose, write a song, obviously manifest whatever way you want to, and then get it out on an album? I know you've just released your new single. Tell us a bit about the song.
Yeah, so a new single, I Died Once, came out on 22nd of November, and it's just the beginning of something bigger, something new, something really which excites me so much, because I feel like I'm buzzing. I'm really into raw, personal, authentic story which I want to actually share with the world, and I feel so ready for it like never before.
What is the song about?
About my rebirth, about journey into spiritual awakening. As the title says, I died once, because I really believe like part of me has gone. The dysfunctional part, the negative part, the something which kept me locked, kept me away from developing. And life can be just amazing if you just let it happen.
That's beautiful, and I love that. It's very, very inspiring. Are you going to be collaborating with anybody in the future that we should know about?
Definitely working more with Frankie, and also I'm actually in the process of negotiating and a songwriting retreat in Wales. Retreat because I'm going to stay there for a few days. There is Aisha, as she is actually very much spiritual as well, and she's a songwriter, and she's a music producer. and then she has that cottage and the studio together joined. And yeah, I'm planning to go there for a few days and see what happens, write a song or two together.
Oh, that's beautiful. I always say that your vibe attracts your tribe, and you're a very positive person. So, yeah, I'm pleased to hear that. So, you've been to Poland recently. Tell us about your journey in Poland. What were you doing there?
Yeah, so I will come back to this. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I never had that many lovely people in my life like I have now, and I would like to thank all the people who support me from this place. You've been just amazing, and thank you so much for being in my life. And yes, I've been recently to Gdańsk. It's this north part of Poland. I did performance at the fashion show of Violeta Pawlik. She is a Polish fashion designer, and her clothes are just incredible. This really, really good designs in terms of how arty, how creative they are. And I sang during the models walking on the catwalk, and it's been amazing. It was a big event. It was actually a gala, beauty gala, and there were celebrities there, Polish celebrities, and I did so well. I sang "I Died Once," and it hasn't been released then yet. So it was like pre-premiere of "I Died Once" in Gdańsk. It went really well. I got invited for another fashion show later next year.
That was following on my other question about Poland. Do you have any plans to explore, I suppose, more music opportunities in Poland?
I have a couple more gigs in Poland next year. This fashion show as I'm gonna perform in Warsaw at La Boheme. There is quite a few radio interviews I have booked in, TV interviews I'm going to attend next year as well.
Very good. So this is my first time getting to interview, so it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time. So we've covered the upcoming events. Is there any in particular that's in the next 6 months to a year that we should know about, that we could hear?
Yeah, of course. It's La Boheme in Warsaw, yes, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really good.
Who inspires you as an artist? I know years ago you started when you were a lot younger, but obviously you've changed now. Who inspires you now as an artist?
Who inspires me?
Yeah, do you have someone that inspires you?
Do you mean like other singer or? Yes, I have a few singers which inspire my music, and I get inspiration from like Nessie Gomez, Kate Bush, Björk. All the alternative pop singers with some spirituality in it as well.
You did, you were saying earlier on today that you did classical music. I mean, classical music is very difficult. For the listeners, I'm sure they don't understand just how difficult opera can be. Do you find that you're bringing that into your new music, or is that something that you used to kind of practice your vocals years ago?
There is a plan to do some classical vocals on my pop tracks as well, because I have this ability still. At that time, when I studied classical music, it felt kind of different, but because it's not as creative, I didn't maybe feel aligned with it. But because in Poland, when back in days when I study, we didn't have many like pop music courses or songwriting courses, so the only choice was like classical music, and I thought, let's do that. But then I sort of felt like it wasn't me. I'm thinking now, if I put my own spin on it and just use the sound color of classical music in sort of like a chorus or a bridge of a song, that might add an extra layer into my art.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking the time for the interview today, and for everyone at home, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Kiera.